Quel côté?
Hmm. Okay. Let me just double check that all of this is working here. There we go. I think this should work. So yeah, I'm gonna start from here. Let me unmute for a second.
Finalement, pour lui, ça s'est pas trop mal passé hein, sur le match précédent. Il s'en est sorti avec le Swordman,
Okay,
avec
that
le
should be
mauvais
good.
code. Et bah,
I'm
du
gonna
coup, c'est
be
reparti.
hanging out in Discord
Donc,
too if anyone
Jackal
wants
directement
to
Brisymore contre Swordman
just
pour
hang out
Tentacule.
and
Ça
maybe
commence.
talk
Et la
over
première
this
mise au
with
sol
me.
là qui est trouvée. Mise au
I
point
guess
là.
actually I should go into Discord and share this screen just in case.
Du Jackal là. Ça
Okay,
essaye
there
de
we
se
go.
zoner, ça se regarde de loin. Swordman il devrait peut-être essayer d'approcher un peu,
Yeah, that's much
mettre des
better.
pièges pour essayer de trouver des ouvertures. Hey,
Alright, so
la position s'est
Simorn
inversée,
playing
ça retourne
Jackal
à peu près
and
au milieu de la salle.
Tentacules playing Swordsman. I know Tentacules earlier was playing Super 8 in this tournament, but and I'm just gonna go through the top 8 because that's about an hour on its own, and it's
La mise au sol qui est bien trouvée, ça charge le gros coup d'épée. Oh là là, la barre que ça a mis. Let's go.
Oh yeah, he's coming out with the swords now, that's good.
Le piège, malheureusement, posé
So just to like, because I did watch the whole thing before, and it's a little hard to commentate or like to not judge people playing for the first time. And I feel like that's what we saw with some of the earlier rounds where like people who maybe weren't familiar with the game were playing around, and That's really good to see. It's just hard to commentate on.
De l'espèce de Tatsu là de Jackal, la chope qui vient de trouver là, qui met au sol le Swordman au tentacule, et il se fait repousser au coin petit à petit, tentative de
I'm not too familiar with the scene in France, so I have no idea like how regularly people play Cyberbots there, but this looks pretty good so far, right? You know, good grasp on spacing. There's just maybe not a lot of like advanced, you know, charge canceling and stuff like that going on right now. But yeah, Jackal's Tatsu is just an incredibly reliable tool for him to at least apply pressure and chip damage, if not open someone up. No, yeah, like that, it's really annoying to deal with.
Allez, Tentacule, deuxième chance pour réussir le code et prendre le bon perso.
So we've got, this is pretty much the whole top 8. Right, staying characters, yep.
Est-ce que... Eh non, toujours pas malheureusement. Bon bah, c'est reparti sur Swordman.
This has been like a couple days, I don't remember who wins what, so we're gonna be in this together. Alright, nice air-to-air.
Le TG malheureusement qui a été raté. Inversion des positions, maintenant c'est
Yep,
Jackal qui
that H was definitely a throw attempt.
peut en sortir assez facilement grâce à cette
You can get punished for it, but you should definitely be instinctively charge canceling if you go for a throw attempt to Swordsman. 5H is kind of a whack normal.
Là il se retrouve au coin malheureusement, le piège bien trouvé là qui a fait un peu qui a permis de casser le Tatsumaki.
So at this point Isimon has realized what's strong here, which is Tatsu, and set the tentacles to stop him from spamming it. Yeah, it's a good bit of the matchup tech there is using Jackal's W to punch 3 swordsmen, scatter shot right there, 4-2-1 LRH. Obviously you can only stop one shot, but at the right distance where it's spread out too much, ooh, good super.
Ah dommage le burst qui a été gaspillé de la part de Tentacule. Le Tatsu qui s'est repassé au-dessus de l'offensive de Tentacule. Easymorn là, il a... Ah c'est serré, léger avantage à l'énergie de la part de
This matchup is kind of tricky as swordsman, but the main thing is like you need to kind of make space and make it difficult for Jackal to work his way in. That means relying a bit on like ground 4-2-1L just to like hit at the ground and prevent air approaches. This is pretty good. The next match is actually like a slightly delayed match that falls outside of the top 8, but I think it's worth taking a look at anyway. Let's see.
Ok, du coup ça commence. Swordman qui pose un premier piège là.
Yeah, alright. Here we go.
C'est assez équivalent au niveau des HP. Oui, le bon combo qui est
Otherwise though, I'm a big fan of the screen production for sure.
Il s'est fait finir par punition shop. Ça a attaqué assez rapidement.
Very nice looking layout. Okay, so this time we've got a different swordsman versus floodmen playing Blodia.
Inverse les positions. Pour le moment, bon avantage à l'énergie là de la part de Rex et son Swordman, mais niveau positionnel, il se retrouve acculé dans le coin là. Très bon instant terre dash. Oh là là, ça a poussé dans le piège. Excellent ce qui vient de se passer là. Prochain match c'est top.
Because Blodia, like you want to go in first in order to establish your position, and then at that point you can actually play pretty defensively if you want to, but starting out, like, he doesn't have a lot of really defensive tools. Got a pretty solid weapon on his hands, but that's about it. Alright, good, using the shot to stop Swordsman's approach. Oh, doesn't finish the target combo on Swordsman. That's a shame. But yeah, otherwise, you know, you clean that up, you work in charge canceling more into your game, especially with the projectile. Charge cancel weapon as Blodia is one of his better approach options, just because if nothing else, it prevents them from moving out of the way. Right?
Qui tech pour éviter l'OTG. Ça c'est unsafe la chenille comme ça là.
Seeing a lot of 236L come out from Swordsman.
C'est Rex qui se retrouve acculé au corner. Il a balayé.
Alright, Rex is definitely applying some pressure.
faire attention. Il y a la super des deux côtés.
At this point, yeah, when you've got that kind of a lead, you can afford to back off and just wait for approaches to snipe with burst.
Allez, on est parti. Avantage Floodman pour le moment sur ce match. Hey, la shot qui est bien trouvée.
Okay, it's a good throw to start it off.
Ah, dommage.
No OTG throw.
Déjà avantage à l'énergie là de la part de Floodman.
I've seen a few people in here flooding OTG throws, and I'm not sure what the... I think that there's like two main causes. One is just trying to do it directly out of the dash, which isn't possible. You have to stop your dash to do it. The other is just going for it with H and missing the timing entirely, which, again, that's why for most bots you can OTG throw with L. If you're playing one that can't like Riot, then again you've got to learn charge cancelling in case that happens. And there's just... Blodia is like the most easy example of this, but there's a very interesting dynamic going on with the charge cancelling because you don't, you know, once you have full meter, you kind of lose the option to use stuff like charge cancel 5W approaches Blodia, or, you know, make your sweep safe on block or plus. Yeah, otherwise, you know, Rux coming out on top of all these scrambles, which is what you have to do sometimes as swordsman. Not going for OTG. Something I noticed a couple times with people playing swordsman is not going for OTGs, and I'm not sure if it's because they don't know that he doesn't have OTG throw, he has to go for J2H or what. He throws, yep. Throws are mad good in this game, so going for the throw is rarely a bad option. Even if you don't get too much damage off light throw, you at least get knocked down. Alright. Yeah, Floodman pretty content to just sit back and use weapon to keep Swordsman out. Oh, I don't know what he did there, but that's a big hit from Rex. Yeah, as tempting as Slay Sword is to use, you really want to keep that as like something you use once in a while just to catch people, especially out of the air. Like, it has pretty much as much range as it looks like. Yeah, otherwise I'm surprised to not see so many tri-dashes coming out from Floodman. Like the main thing that makes Blodia so scary aside from charge cancels is definitely how quickly he can high-low you. Oh, okay, not dead. Good mash. Oh, that was really close.
L'exploit ne sera pas réalisé et se qualifie top 8 loser side. Du coup, on a notre top 8 de Cyberbots. On va avoir.
Okay. This is going to be this is losers round 4 Sindril versus Floodman. Okay, this is a fun matchup. Blodia versus Reptos. I feel like it's very even by design. I feel like these two are kind of intended to be main characters in a way, even though Reptos is a slightly unconventional moveset.
6 versus cabinets. I said nothing.
Oh, and also, you know, Reptos weapon pretty much wins the exchange here between the two, but for the most part, he needs a lot of space to actually get it out safely, because it's so slow on startup.
Because we are in the top 8 of this tournament, and this is Sinjul from Germany facing Floodman from Paris, France.
I think during the set, like Sinjul Sinjul establishes a really good pacing with the just using weapon and landing and going back in with the with Violent Wind.
Do you know if there's many Japanese players looking at the chat? Would be awesome. Allez, le pressing qui est dans le coin, il claque son burst, malheureusement, le Bloodya de Floodman.
Ok,
Et il
spending a
repousse,
burst.
c'est bien, parfait, ces petits timings de boule en réaction. T'as largement le temps de réagir,
Oh, that was
parce
a
que
nasty
lorsqu'il fait son
anti-air.
espèce de slash vers l'avant, le Reptos, tu vois une espèce de lumière verte et tu vois qu'il prépare son coup et après il y va. Donc là, t'as le temps de glasher un satellite.
Yeah, this doesn't look too good for Sinjo right now, but
Allez, ça reste sur les personnages. Sinjoul et son Reptos, il est reparti. Ah bien joué, le petit slash en
nice
ouverture là, en entier, c'est bien joué. Et il vient mettre du pressing tout de suite. Ah, il rate un peu sa première shot,
gets
ça
the
va.
OTG
Il a pu rechoper derrière. Le trou temporel était assez
yeah, that's
long.
something he does a lot.
Là,
Is
je
he
décalage
does the
shot.
air laser and then he
Essaie de
goes
rechoper,
back
se
in
rattrape
with
encore son
Violent Wind.
timing.
That can be
Et là,
kind
par
of
contre, il a
tricky to deal with in
désarmé
its
son
own right, because you
adversaire.
block and you're still not in a good position.
Hey.
Because that's only -1
Allez,
on
la mise au
block.
sol, il peut juste gratter maintenant. Oh, il se rate un peu sa pif. Le pif parisien
Not
qui n'est pas
intentional,
bon
I'm
du
sure, but
tout.
nice bait.
Et après, on va partir en winner bracket avec un Black Main Nazao.
Yeah, I wonder if that from that position, Sinjo could have done the air to ground fatality
Et mise au
dunk.
sol. Dommage, le TG un peu
Would have been a
raté.
good
Pas le
punish
TG,
in that
le
situation.
Kizeme, pardon, raté.
Yeah, at this point, Floodman
Très
just
aérien ce versus.
fishing
Et
for
c'est
something
la
because
petite
he's in
attaque
chip
satellite
range.
qu'il emporte pour Floodman.
Not a bad idea.
Balle de match Floodman.
It's actually really scary once Flodia gets you in like chip damage range, because there's not a lot of effective area where you can approach him and be safe from that.
C'est très visuel comme jeu, mais il se passe beaucoup de choses à chaque seconde, alors c'est très difficile de réagir à tout ça. Attention, dash
So that's an
avant,
interesting
ça fait
interaction, I guess.
Oh oui, il arrive à
Blodia
tackle.
5W beat Reptos
Presser le Reptos.
2W.
Il va sortir. Ouh, le burst, il va peut-être pouvoir survivre grâce à ça, grâce à ce burst. La punition ratée de Sinjoul.
Oh.
Oh, et le combo raté.
Dang, that could have been a punish.
Le combo raté dans le combo raté.
And they're saying the same
Ah,
thing,
là,
obviously.
c'est pas bon ça pour Floodman. Floodman qui
Oh.
subit un Sauvage
Ok.
Shop. Le Sauvage Shop de fou qui nous a fait Sinjoul. Et il sauve la base de match.
It was a good match.
Les musiques dans ce jeu sont légendaires. Elles sont très méconnues malheureusement. Mais je peux vous dire que comme vous les avez entendues,
I don't understand French, but I know he's saying that music is legendary and he's so right.
Depuis que le jeu est sorti.
Right, yep, starting out, just going for another one.
Allez, échange de politesse
Yeah,
avec
that
les
keeps
armes,
happening in this
avec les
matchup. It's
weapons.
Blodia 5W versus Reptos 2W, which
Hey,
pretty sure Reptos 5W will beat.
Avec le saut LP, ça permet de repousser l'adversaire, de le mettre dans le coin.
Will
On va
outright
essayer de le
punch through
contenir, faut pas
Blodia's.
trop
Yeah,
jouer
like
à
that right
distance,
there.
avec Blodia.
Alright, he's figured
Le
that
casque,
part
le
out.
personnage du corps à
Nice.
corps. C'est un Ryu qui n'a pas de boule en fait. Enfin si, il a quand même le satellite, vous allez me dire, mais c'est un Shoto sans boule. C'est un peu space. De toute façon, les Shotos, c'est pas vraiment une notion très intéressante en soi dans ce genre de jeu, puisqu'on peut airblock. Ouh, le pif passe.
Nice
le pif
catch of
passe,
the
il est content.
super.
Ah là, il est content de lui, le joueur allemand. Ça tue pas, mais il y a la shop
Oh,
derrière.
okay.
Ça passe.
Yeah.
Heureusement pour lui, Sinjoul.
It's very rare you see that super fail to land the final hit like that.
Est-ce qu'on va avoir deux Allemands plus loin encore dans ce top 8 du Mixup?
Yeah, I feel like Reptos is pretty can dictate the phase of the match a bit, but he's kind of sitting here respecting Blodia's weapon, which he doesn't have to because his own weapon will beat it outright.
Pour Floodman dans le coin, Floodman qui heureusement trouve une shot multi, il va pouvoir rechoper
Okay,
derrière
good counter throw
évidemment.
from
Ça
Floodman.
fait des dégâts non négligeables. Encore une fois le shot
He's just
multi
going
qui
for
défend
them,
chèrement
nice.
cette balle de match de l'adversaire et c'est bon. Impeccable saut vertical H. Et c'est le round final entre les deux joueurs. Ça se regarde tranquillement sur ce début de round, ça veut pas faire d'erreur. Ça prend pas de risque.
Pretty much as Reptos, you can simplify the
Il
game
prend beaucoup de
around a
satellites,
couple things.
monsieur Sinjoul, pardon.
I guess
Il est
four
mis au
main
sol, c'est
things.
quasi situation perfecte. Comment va-t-il s'en sortir? Il ramasse le burst, il peut pas s'en sortir, il va se prendre les Gatling. Les Gatling, et non, le sweep. Le sweep de Floodman qui permettra de sortir.
Yeah, that was a fast game for Floodman. But as Reptos, you want to focus on like 5W and 2 and 4 alpha zoning, maybe 2 and 4H at the right distances. You know, using Violent Wind to approach, because that stuff is safe on block, and the basic like JL versus Faithful LA Dunk mix-up. When you're approaching from the air from the right angle, it's really hard to deal with. You're gonna kind of go diagonally towards them. You don't want to be like all, you know, at your max jump height when you're doing it. You want to like dash down a little bit into your jump. If you're too high up, you won't be able to actually grab them, from what I found. No, I think this is Nazo versus Blackmane.
Face à une autre tarentule qui
Yeah, okay, let me go back a bit.
De ce tournoi Cyberbots qui oppose Nazao avec son jackal tarentulesque face à une autre tarentule.
This is interesting because I think both these guys end up playing different characters. Actually, no, Nazo was playing Jackal the whole tournament as far as I can tell.
Ça va, c'est gâché
good
pour
block on the
Blackmane,
burst.
pour lui. Oh, le pressing est bon du côté de Blackmane. Est-ce qu'il va réussir à prendre le premier round sur Nazao? Hey, oulala, bizarre cette
But yeah, these are both good characters. I feel like,
il y a des missiles qui permettent de bloquer le Jackal.
the States
il a du mal à avancer.
and Japan
Blackmane,
are very
il cherche
optimistic
des phases
about Tarantula's placement more so,
mais il ne les trouve pas.
it's kind of tricky to play out the, you know, double jump mirror. Yeah, he's going to rely a lot on the Tatsu, obviously. Or tries to go for a catch with the super.
Dans l'air tueur. Oh, il gâche son birdie shop là. Faut qu'il réussisse à hit confirme ses dash avant H, Monsieur Blackmane avec un dragon.
Watching this is like definitely helping me understand a bit more about like what Tarantula wants to do, which is kind of use his movement to be tricky and occupy space. Because the threat of, you know, boost out, which is plus on block, is pretty significant. You know, links into DP directly. You know, you might like be inclined to think that Tarantula is like a zoner because of missiles and because of all the different angles Power covers, but his ground and normals are actually kind of his main thing.
Phase 1 proceed et c'est parti, donc 1-0 pour Nazao, le joueur nantais contre le joueur lyonnais. Les deux grandes villes qui jouent à Cyberbots en France, Lyon versus Nantes.
I actually want to go back and watch that for a second.
Pour Nazao, le joueur nantais contre le joueur lyonnais. Les deux grandes
oh yeah, that was a guard cancel. He was slightly out of range for the DP connect, but that was really good. At least like the awareness, you know, it says a lot to do that.
On risque d'aller vers le clash tant attendu entre Zargat et Nazao en final winner. Les deux top seeds de ce tournoi. Et Boris qui est une bonne surprise, je ne l'attendais pas à ce niveau. Aïe aïe aïe, par contre il fait ses dashs. On peut peut-être téléphoner pour Nazao qui anticipe tout. Double balle de match nantaise.
Hold on, let me see.
Allez, là c'est shop garanti, c'est punition gentillesse. Là,
sorry about that, I was trying to figure out how to get the thing to display on screen.
Gros pied,
so,
cancel gros dragon pour Blackmane, mais c'est pas grave. Il n'a pas forcément toutes les punitions en tête non plus.
I think they got 20 entrants, maybe 18, somewhere between like 16 to 20. Let me actually try and pull up the bracket just to see how many they had. Hold on, where's the GG page for this? Okay, opening up Cyberbots right now. 20 entrants. So let me try and pull this up on my other window. Yeah, So once this loads, there we go. Yeah, 20 entrants. This is our final top 8. Guess I should follow that along. That would help.
Et on va donc avoir un Zargat versus Iken Nogef.
Hold on, let me fix that up.
Zargat Iken Nogef à Cyberbots, s'il vous plaît, messieurs. I got them. They're on the way to the cabinets. Oh yeah. Alors, qu'apportent les différents pilotes s'ils prennent le même robot? Eh bien, rien du tout. En fait, pour info, les pilotes, c'est purement cosmétique.
I'm also going to just
ta personnalité
throw the
fragile
bracket
sur
link
la
in
bande,
there if anyone
voilà.
wants to follow along.
Ça ne sert absolument à rien. C'est vraiment du cosmétique, c'est du DLC gratuit, voilà. Tu affiches si tu joues chevalier ou si tu joues petite fille, quoi. Et donc, Reptos Zargat contre Vice Iken Nogef. Zargat qui se concentre, il sait que le match, là on est toujours dans les demi-winners. Demi-winners, ça commence à jouer très
Okay,
serré.
this is going to be a fun matchup.
Iken Nogef qui est probablement le
Trying to
troisième
approach
seed
right there.
de ce tournoi.
Oh, nice. Really good command
Il va avoir
grab
fort à
there.
faire face à Zargat et il sait qu'il peut lui poser des très gros problèmes avec son top tier.
I was honestly really surprised he can no give
C'est un
didn't
top tier
end up
qui a des
winning the
chops
whole thing just
spé
because
avec un caravan, c'est pas mal.
I feel like he had a
Bon
pretty
concept.
good grasp on how to play Vice.
Et une Fury
Now again,
720 avec deux
not
caravans.
with all the advanced techniques necessarily, but he's got the whole grasp of, you know, the 6-3 LJL options of like being really strong.
Bon, alors on me
That
que c'est pas un
TK grab
caravan,
was
mais un dragon.
amazing. You know, if you know how to do that, you know how to play
À
Vice.
vérifier. Vérifiez par
You know,
vous-même.
using the chaser missiles really well
Les
too,
meilleurs
236W.
influenceurs de mauvaise science sur les internets.
Can even see Savaki in the chat complimenting him.
Hey, dommage, il confirme pas son ouverture là. Allez, les missiles qui reviennent. Dommage, il a pas confirmé, il est pas venu mettre un pressing.
Yeah,
En tout
that
cas,
was
il
a
est
really
bien,
good burst
il risque
too,
d'envoyer
yeah.
Zargat en loser. Attention, Zargat en danger. Il y a un 0 pour le
He kind of
Vice
messed up the
de
tick
Iken
throw there
Nogef.
though. That could have been the match right there.
J'affronterai
Oh,
le perdant
yeah,
de
but
ce
really
match.
nice from Zargat too.
Zargat qui a pas pris le bon ascendant là sur son
He's
adversaire.
kind of got to make space
mal à
now. This
zoner.
is tough,
Est-ce qu'il va jouer avec le
especially
Magic
because
Pixel?
you know one miss
Ah
out
oui,
will
la
be
mise au
enough
sol
to
pour
take him
Zargat.
out.
Ah là là, ouh, il était un peu en retard.
Ah,
Mauvais
yeah,
choix
good air there from
de
Iken Nogef.
distance d'attaque satellite. Allez, bien joué Iken Nogef, 1-0. Évidemment Zargat qui va rester sur le Reptos. Allez, Zargat qui attaque avec du pressing immédiatement. Il change un peu, il est moins
I know,
à
like in
distance pour le
theory,
moment.
Vice can guard cancel command grab that. Violent Wind on block, but as long as he can no give isn't doing that, Zargat can pretty safely go for it, just, you know, to open up his offense.
Qui viennent de s'envoler sur un OTG et
Oh
une
man,
shot.
without the arm, Reptos is in a pretty bad state, but he can still use that.
Hey, et ça tue.
Right?
Double balle de match.
Doesn't even need to
pour
OTG
Iken
because of the bonus damage from Lightning Skin, from the max mode buff. Essentially what it is. It's tough to play this matchup and like try and keep Vice out because
Magnifique
if he
burst.
reads where you're going to shoot the laser screen,
L'avantage
the 2
toujours
and 4L,
légèrement
and
du côté de
you know
Iken
dashes
Nogef qui va
around
prendre
it, then
un
he's
shot.
opened you
Attention,
up
le placement
effectively.
de Zargat, intéressant. Ça presse à l'infini, les étentaires d'âge de Zargat ils sont là.
But yeah, Zargat putting on the pressure and ending in Violent
Hey,
Wind because that's
passage de
safe.
dos, OTG, shot. Ah, il a pas le temps de choper, il y a eu le burst de Zargat. Et ça va tuer là-dessus évidemment, bien joué. Bien joué
Dang.
Iken Nogef qui en
Yeah, that was a quick game.
en loser. Est-ce que
I
Zargat
actually
se
wonder
refait jouer
if
tout de suite?
Zargat would have had time to hit him with like an air unblockable from that super. Because
cassage de dos, OTG, shot. Ah, il a pas le temps de choper, il y a eu le burst de Zargat.
If you go back, then yeah, he's back turned. He could have been hit
Ça va
there.
tuer là-dessus évidemment, bien joué.
It's very hard to like look for that and capitalize on it, especially when Vice is already in there.
Ouais, allez, tu m'affrontes tout de suite. Bon match. Et c'est parti, un petit commentateur. Bonjour Monsieur Thomas, bonjour, bonjour. Loris.
Skip that a little bit. All right.
Ok. Allez, c'est parti. Oh là, ça prend les dashs, le satellite, ça presse du côté de Zargat, ça presse bien. Hein.
Okay, this is a weird matchup.
Mine de rien, les pokes à distance avec le fouet de Jackal sont vraiment très intéressants.
I think this is good for Reptos though. You know, he's not too worried about being up close against Jackal. It's just now that he's got to open him up, it can be a little tricky.
Il clignote, mais il est dans le coin. Et c'est puni le Tatsu.
Nice, good punish.
Qui va tuer, je pense. Ah non. Il doit avoir un peu de damage reduce à la fin.
I tried to go for the Fatality dunk and missed it.
Un dash dans le coin. Ouais, le dash a touché derrière visiblement. C'est dégueulasse. Un dash cross down qui touche derrière.
Man, this stream setup really makes me wish I had multiple monitors.
Ça bien du côté d'Easymorn.
No, a lot of friends who do that really love it. All right.
Il connaît bien Jackal, il a beaucoup joué
Good, yeah. Applying some lasers for chip. Nice.
Et contre son pote Yann, qui me semble joue Jackal. Voilà, le burst.
Ah, good punish on the burst there.
Il prend super, c'est à 0 de vital et il prend le light.
Yeah, and just going for it using 5L because there's not a lot you can do in that position besides block.
Peut-être qu'ils sont un peu plus proches pour faire un hit de plus. C'est dommage. Ça saute un peu de chaque côté sans trop trouver de punition. Et encore le dash qui vient de toucher.
I actually wonder what Jackal or what Reptos does to punish the stamp on hit. Probably just boost H, right?
Oh, c'est fort, ça se fouet là pour taper un dash potentiel.
Right, yep, taking time to charge up, smart.
C'est un mine plutôt. Le burst, il vient pas.
I think burst is really useful against these like double jump types. Especially like the whole Reptos line bursts, which will automatically like reach the top of the screen. Ah, nice. But yeah, Reptos and the others bursts just reach screen height instantly instead of taking time like Bloody or the others, so it's really useful to have against people who are staying in the air.
1-0 pour Zargat.
In fact, the 40 line doesn't even reach the top of the screen, which is like halfway up. It's a lot more concentrated in range.
Je crois pas que Morat a un counter pick à part Warlock parce que c'est un sac.
Dang, yeah. Landed the jump out a little too high to actually get a combo follow up. I think even like going for, you know, a conventional tick throw, not even like a charge cancel or anything, just like a Street Fighter style tick throw is pretty strong in this game. I think that's one of the main things you can do to open people up, especially as Reptos, if you're not going for like air to ground fatality dunk.
Avec tellement de vie à l'avance, il peut prendre des risques. Zargat a sa super.
To be fair, like I don't know how people discover that works. That's not something you'd think to try out.
En satellite. Et la chope est trouvée du côté d'Easymorn pour sortir du coin. Oh, joli chop.
Oh, nice catch from Mixup.
Derrière, ça fait toujours beaucoup de dégâts. Et ce dash a encore touché. Hein. Il y a un truc. Il doit avoir un counter du côté de Jackal, mais il ne l'a pas. Et il saute par-dessus.
Yeah, that was a good catch. That dash under burst.
Bien joué, messieurs.
That's a really good way to use it if someone's running away from you.
Gagné, hein.
Okay, let me get the next matchup. This is losers quarters, Floodman versus Blackmane.
Allez, Paris-Lyon, Floodman versus Blackmane.
And this matchup's actually supposed to be Tarantula favored. I'm not a great Tarantula main, so I'm not 100% on why that would be. I'm guessing just because like Tarantula's movement is so fast and his range is pretty good, so it's kind of hard for Blodia to get things started.
Allez, bien joué, ce shot
Nice, good catch.
Du coup,
Yeah, I imagine that kind of prevents him from like safely approaching behind charge cancel weapon when Tarantula can reach that far to grab him out of it.
Allez, encore une fois, une shot pour Blackman qui réussit à garder le pif.
Nice. Not the ideal punish, but it works. And the sneaky missiles.
Encore une shot pour Blackman, attention, il est à sa super.
Bloodman's techs are on point though, he hasn't missed very many of those.
Oh magnifique, cette shot depuis les airs. Pas facile à placer.
Oh, yeah. Tarantula boost stage you definitely want to use for the express purpose of charge canceling it. That's the main thing I think like that would if people continue to play this game, definitely learn charge canceling. There's some characters it's like a little less necessary with, but even then, like even the most basic characters like swordsmen get a lot of mileage out of it.
Allez, c'est parti. Est-ce que Blackman va rester sur sa grosse lancée après avoir terrassé Floodman 2-0 dans le premier round? Ça a l'air d'être la même. Hein.
Yep, good, going for the sweep. Dang, yeah, you gotta watch out for the missiles.
Oh oui, bien joué cette phase.
Oh, was that a cross-up?
Il est repassé après le
I actually haven't seen that come out from Tarantula.
Bizarre, difficile à garder ça. Allez, il pousse dans le coin, à chaque fois il backdash. Il est quasiment safe. Oh, il réussit à trouver une shot.
Yeah, Blackman is pretty much free to like spam boost out if Bloodman can't guard cancel it.
Allez, peut-être Floodman, le comeback. Il a réussi à trouver la mise au sol, encore une fois, il repousse sur la tarentule.
Okay, Blackman's intentionally charge canceling there, nice. He's making some pretty wild reads with the powered wrecker though. Ooh, oh, that was a combo too. That was pretty funny.
Eh ben, victoire de Blackman, bien joué, désolé, on va dire. Le last semi-winner.
This is... What's this set? This is Zargad versus Blackman, okay.
C'est quand vous voulez.
Oh, good punish. Yo, what's up, Mufasa? I'm just, you know, taking time to look over this VOD because I missed it live. I wasn't staying up till like 5 AM and then some for Cyberbots. It's really nice seeing people all across the world play this game. It's kind of gone under the radar for a hot minute. I like got into it back in 2020 and there just weren't very many people to play. Yeah, it was all on Lados. They were all streaming like the retro games. So I think in one day they did, I want to say like Cyberbots, VSAV, and something else. Actually, let me pause this for a second and see what else is in this VOD. So yeah, they started off with Cyberbots. They moved on to Third Strike here, and then VSAV. That was all on Sunday.
Monter.
Bon bah...
There we go.
Du coup, j'ai pas suivi le match là, ce qui s'est passé. Ça a l'air d'être très serré là des deux.
But yeah, like immediately, these guys are a pretty solid grasp on their movement. Oh. The main thing that's missing is just the charge cancels. Because like right there, he would have been able to save himself. He would have been safe from the burst.
Ça commence avec la dash attack là, de la part de Tarantula de Boris, qui arrive à mettre son adversaire en corner. Ça tente les lasers en OTG.
Like Tarantula, I feel like is one of the more charge cancel reliant characters too. So like that's kind of weird playing him with full meter unless you're like using missiles to set up, say, command grab unblockables and stuff like that. Or like his super is a command grab that goes air and then ground. So it's got kind of a weird angle to it. Yeah, okay, Sonic the Fighters. I played that, but like on Gems Collection on GameCube before I knew anything about fighting games. But I definitely hop in that whenever that's happening. Alright. So our guy's just kind of sitting on the lead. Go to an RPCS3. Okay, yeah. Sick. Ooh. I wonder if that super probably wasn't on purpose. I'm not sure what he was trying to do there. Damn, it has ranked? Okay. That's nice. I've been meaning to set up Mednafen for like, mostly for Saturn games. I have a few friends who play like Asuka 120%, Advanced Variable GO2, that's another big one. I just haven't really, I haven't set much up that isn't Fightgate. Okay, good air block. Okay, no need for VPN, nice.
Ok, on a quelques problèmes à régler. Et pendant ce temps, Zargat qui a pris l'avantage, qui s'offre une première balle de match.
Okay, the throw punish.
L'OTG pas trouvé.
It's something.
Son mode rage là, les deux personnages. Le burst qui est utilisé très tôt là de la part du Reptos de Zargat. Avantage positionnel cependant pour le Tarantula de Blackmane. Zargat qui arrive à sortir du coin grâce à son dash. Sa zone.
Alright, well I've noticed Zargat likes to kind of hang back and he just likes to have burst on deck because it's so good with Reptos. Nice, I think that's 2-0. I think they actually ran first to 2 the whole tournament, which is interesting. I haven't seen many people do that. I guess I can see why though. Cyberbots can take long if people are willing to play it out. Someone with Minnesota with no lag. Sick. Yeah, that sounds really good. Let me skip ahead a bit. Okay, there we go.
Ça va donc être parti pour la finale winner de ce tournoi de Cyberbots du Mixup 2022 entre Nazao qui nous vient de Lille et Iken Noguev qui représente le dojo de Lyon. Ça va jouer des bons mid. Jackal versus Vise. Le Chacal contre les
like I won't buy a game with delay, but I'll definitely like put up with emulation and delay, or like I'll play people on Parsec for games like TMNT Cross Justice League is a game that's still Parsec only for now. So yeah, I'm aware it's emulation, that's what I'm saying. Like I will play delay-based games on anything like that.
Pour l'instant, Iken Noguev, en tout cas, il fait honneur à ses paroles puisqu'il avait dit qu'il voulait gagner ce tournoi et il est plutôt bien parti. Mais en face, c'est un beau morceau, Jackal, le Jackal de Nazao.
In Neo Geo November. I'm assuming French. They're in Lyon, France. Probably. I hope I didn't mess that up. But I'm pretty sure it's French. I couldn't tell you the difference.
Je jouais au jeu les derniers temps, mais à une époque, j'ai joué un peu de temps en temps contre Nazao online. Donc s'il perd cette finale winner, j'aurai le plaisir de jouer contre lui. Et après, il y a un Iken Noguev bien chaud.
Bien joué, le burst bien gardé par rapport
Yeah, so he can
Nazao qui est en train de se ressaisir.
just kind of having trouble dealing with all the Tatsus coming out from Nazao.
Qui a pas mal de bons outils de zoning et qui en même temps peut se déplacer très vite avec ses Tatsu. Et là, bien joué, ça fait overhead. Et je crois que je pense pas que ça soit.
Yeah, again, that might just like require you to charge cancel or to guard cancel against that, which is not an easy ask.
Même s'il tape hyper fort, voilà, une partie de ses coups sont un peu lents et il s'est fait interrompre. Voilà, là, le dash burst excellent de la part de Nazao qui du coup prend un petit avantage dans ce dernier round du premier match. Allez, le R-Tatsu.
And yeah, these are winners finals too.
Bien joué. En fait, le plan de jeu avec Jackal, c'est un peu comme avec Blodia, hein, c'est qu'en fait, tu lances un missile pour te couvrir en termes de box.
Yeah, on Saturn, you've got a few extra pilots, and you've got Zigoki or Akuma. He's just completely unique to the console versions. Yeah, Saturn or PS1, but again, all the like PS1 ports of these games, these Capcom games, are not very good, so Saturn's definitely preferred. In Japan, they run a few tournaments on Saturn, which people are allowed to play Zigoki, and he's pretty fair, honestly. He's not like top tier, he's maybe A tier, he's alright.
1-0 pour le Linné face au Lillois.
I still do wish they included the Saturn version as like an extra in Capcom Fighting Collection, but I guess they didn't want to do that if you couldn't play it online with rollback, which as far as I know there's no rollback solution for Saturn PS1.
Autant pour moi. Allez, Nazao qui représente le dojo de Nantes, donc un dojo.
Ooh, oh, okay, he immediately lost his arm because he went for charge cancel weapon there.
Transpire par tous les ports. Salut James, ça fait plaisir de te voir sur le chat. Allez, mine de rien, Nazao il est pas mal parti là. Il vient de démembrer Iken Nogiev avec un moignon.
Yeah, Nazao getting him a lot of trouble
avec un moignon de robot. Il se prend des A en entière, c'est horrible. Il a quand même mis sa garde, il va se faire gratter. C'était presque impossible à éviter. Seulement un burst aurait pu faire ça, mais il n'avait pas sa barre remplie. Et là, c'est la balle de match pour le Jackal de Nazao. Bien joué, le cross-up garde.
The main thing he wants to do is like try to snipe it with air body scrap 623A or 623L.
Ah, bien joué, dommage, il n'y a pas eu le. On a l'impression que le confirme était là. Ça dash en avant et en arrière, en l'air, ça feinte.
I couldn't tell you. I think the game is very unique. It's also a game that like didn't have multiple revisions or anything, so it's kind of impressive that they got so much right with it on the first time. And otherwise, it's like it's got a really unique weight to it because I think combos are pretty short, but damage is relatively high, and the movement is very free. Kind of the main thing that stands out. But otherwise, yeah, I'm sure the variety is part of it. Because again, this tournament, it had the big, you know, the big popular games, Guilty Gear Strive, KOF.
La terre entière est contre moi.
Street Fighter 5. Also had DBFZ, I think. And Tekken 7. And they also had some retro games. They had Super Turbo, Third Strike, Vampire Savior, and this. I feel like it's a pretty worthwhile addition on top of those. And we're coming pretty close to the end here.
Donc ça va être Vice contre Reptos. En vrai, je connais pas bien le jeu, hein, je suis une fraude, mais c'est pas grave, c'est rigolo.
I feel like the #1 kind of obscure poverty fighter in Europe, or at least in France, is definitely Breaker's Revenge. That game's always had a big following and a lot of strong players from France, especially. Alright, so we've got losers finals now with Sargat versus Iken Nogiev. Oh, nice, throwing him as he rolls in from the lasers.
C'est pas évident, hein. Surtout que Vice il a une sacrée hotbox, donc tu peux.
Reptos versus Vice is a pretty interesting matchup just because Reptos has some strong zoning tools, but they're a big commitment. And if Vice can find a hole in those, then he's pretty much won.
Je suis trop dans le mal. Ah bah tiens, merci François.
Bon, si je comprends bien, c'est la finale loser de Cyberbots à Lyon au Mixup. Aïe aïe aïe, et donc on retrouve encore des duels fratricides, évidemment les Lyonnais qui sont là dans le top 3 de ce tournoi. Zargat et Iken qui ont taffé le jeu, alors surtout Zargat beaucoup offline au début.
Ooh.
Et suite au confinement, il a
nice.
taffé
Okay,
pas
that's
mal
enough to
online
kill.
avec notamment Nazao qu'on retrouvera en grande finale.
Yeah, I believe this game is also on the Capcom Arcade Stadium version that they released about a year ago. Although that doesn't have online play or anything.
Toujours là aujourd'hui, Hiken Noguev, même s'il a perdu le premier match face à Zargat.
And that
1-0 pour l'Allemagne.
That brings to mind another game that kind of hasn't been ported to bring a Destruction Slam Masters 2. Because they actually put the original Saturday Night Slam Masters on the Arcade Stadium collection.
C'est Lyon qui joue à des jeux complètement schnaps.
Oh,
et paf, c'est
nice,
parti pour le
good
TJ, suivi
throw.
d'une chop. Ah, il a raté sa chop. Zargat a eu le temps de se relever avec le dash. Et il repousse maintenant sans problème. Hiken Noguev dans le coin, les devants derrière. C'est parti, ça sera juste tout simplement une attaque satellite pour garder du pressing, mais mettre un petit peu de dégâts en gratte à l'autre bout de l'écran. Et le pressing de Zargat a fini. Heureusement, il est légèrement stoppé par les bas petits de Hiken Noguev avec son vice. Attention, heureusement, il y a la garde. Ah, il n'a pas su mettre le 3-6 qui n'est pas passé. Enfin, c'est même pas un 3-6.
I'm not sure about that burst. Ooh, nice. Bring the laser out just in time.
Qui s'offre la double balle de match face à Hiken Noguev.
Nice, just
qui a tout ce qu'il
probably
faut.
going for the command throw, but was out of range.
Sans problème. Il faut juste qu'il reste bien concentré, qu'il réussisse à le maintenir dans le coin, à lui mettre des petits 3-6, des petites...
Alright, take care. Thanks for tuning in, though. I do like taking a look at other stuff like this, just to kind of see what other people are doing with the game that maybe we're missing, or maybe giving people something to build their game off of.
Il se fait presser, heureusement.
Oh, catching with the late end of the burst there. Some of the bursts in this game act a little weird and kind of hit multiple times, so you gotta watch out for that. Oh dang, yeah, every time I see Vice land a hit like that, I expect the tick throw to come out. And then at that point, it's like, well, if you miss a tick throw, then you can still keep up the offense, but sometimes that requires you to charge cancel in the first place. Because otherwise in the scramble there, yeah, I think Vice 2L might actually be minus. Oh, good punish. Yep, OTG throw. That does so much damage, and you can see the arm damage too. Repto's arm is almost coming off. Yeah, right there. The good thing is your arm does fall back. If you spend too long away from it, it'll actually fall back on top of you like that. But he moved out of the range again, so... And the main thing you lose when you lose your arm, you lose some specials, although you can see that Reptos doesn't lose the rush attack violent win there. But he does lose out on also throws. Everyone loses out on their throw when they're missing their arm, which is huge in this game. Sometimes a counter throw is your only option to escape a Tixar situation, so when it comes down to that, you're kind of screwed.
Merci James. Merci d'être avec nous sur ce Mixup 2022 dans la zone arcade, la zone bagarre à l'ancienne. Et t'as vu, on joue à des jeux vraiment bizarres. Hein.
But yeah, I think I haven't done one of these restreams in a month or two. Last time I was taking a look at like some old JP Ring of Destruction footage, because as far as I know, people aren't really playing that game even in Japan. And people play all sorts of obscure games in Japan, whether you're talking about like anime stuff like, you know, Damon Bride or whatever, or whether you're talking about games including Cyberbots or Karna's Revenge, you know, arcade classics like that. Right? You know, you're kind of being forced to air block a lot here, which is good for Zargat. Vice's air movement isn't fast, obviously. Oh, that was a big catch.
Comme d'habitude. Oh, il a laissé partir à la poursuite de Zargat, mais ça n'est pas passé. La garde est bonne, il a senti le pressing, enfin la détresse de Zargat. Et là, c'est les fins de barre de vie des deux côtés. Zargat est 0 vital. Attention, il aurait pu avoir un cancel Caravan. Oh oui.
I think, thankfully, he was able to block those missiles because Vice was still on the right side the whole time. Those homing missiles can be confusing sometimes.
Allez, Zargat qui est pas à son avantage, il va essayer de remettre en place un plan de jeu, alors qu'il se fait casser pendant une charge les bras. Allez, il revient tout de suite en pressing, relativement safe jump, on va dire. Oh,
Oh,
c'est fini,
lands a
c'est fini,
super.
c'est la furie.
Nice.
Et c'est la grande finale pour Iken Noguev.
You pretty rarely see that super come out, but it does a good chunk of damage. It's got a really nice animation too. Thanks. So this is actually going to be grand finals coming up soon.
Là, Nazao, le Nantais, un des rares mecs en France à avoir fait le jeu pour de vrai face à un
Yeah,
autre
this is it. This is grand finals.
Français qui a aussi poncé le jeu, Iken Noguev.
So we saw this matchup not too long ago. Nazao
C'est la
S-Jackal
grande
versus
finale,
Iken
faites du
Noguev.
bruit pour ces joueurs de Cyberbots. C'est parti. On est parti, on est au Mixup 2022. Et évidemment, ça se tape sur des jeux bizarres parce qu'on est à Lyon.
God, I love it, man. Even if,
et c'est en
you
faisant
know,
n'importe quoi qu'on devient n'importe qui.
there's not a lot of hardcore Cyberbots players out, and you know, people are still getting so into it.
Pourtant, il se fait gratter à l'infini dans cette situation de corner.
Yo,
Nazao qui
what's
n'hésite
up?
à aucun moment à balancer du Tatsu sur Tatsu. Il n'y a pas de reversal.
Yeah, I'm streaming if you want to hang out. I'm actually at grand finals of this tournament from France that happened last week.
Le père Iken Noguev face à Nazao qui balance du pressing sans vergogne, vraiment, il s'en bat les couilles, il envoie.
Yeah, it's wild. They play like a lot of older fighters. I know that this one, the mix-up, they had Super Turbo Third Strike, Vampire Savior, and Cyberbots.
Like around here in Montreal, we basically just play a bunch of anime fighters.
Oh, sick.
And stuff.
I've been to Montreal. I'm from Ontario. I've been to Montreal though. I went to UMAD. Awesome event.
Yeah, kind of. I don't really like playing in tournaments, honestly. That's not my thing.
Fair. I think it's like a worthwhile experience. So, but yeah, I went there to like organize Cyberbots and just hang out.
Wait, you actually organized Cyberbots in Montreal? Shit.
I went there and like I brought my setup. Yeah, we had a small 8-man bracket, but it was something.
Like, I try to encourage people to play Samurai Showdown at Montreal Air Dashers.
Pour revenir dans le match.
Nice. Yeah, I know UMAT had a Sam Show event as well.
I didn't know.
Oh yeah, there was. Forget who ran it, but I went 0-2 because I'm rusty at that game, but I'm glad it's getting rolled back.
Wait, I really want people to try out Samshow 5 too.
Yeah.
Samshow
I don't
5 is
know.
my all-time favorite video game, not fighting game, video game.
Yeah, it's really good. I know there's like a more active North American community for it now. I don't know what it's like in Montreal, but I'm sure if you like showed up to the event with it, people would probably play it. Because people will play anything.
People have played it.
Yeah,
nice.
Double balle de Mixup pour Nazao. Tous les Lyonnais qui sont avec Ryan, qui essaient de l'encourager, qui essaient de faire chavirer le joueur nantais sous la pression des hurlements. Personne ne veut voir un Nantais partir avec notre coupe de joueurs. C'est nous qu'on a mis Cyberbots. C'est nous qui avons amené Cyberbots en France. C'est moi qui ai acheté la première porte de Cyberbots. Ça ne peut pas perdre comme ça. Allez Ryan, tu vas pas lâcher comme ça. Tu peux le manger, tu peux te le faire complètement. Oh oui, ça c'est un bon burst aussi de Nazao. Oh, burst contre burst. Va te faire foutre à l'autre bout de l'écran, Nazao. Tu peux pas l'emporter comme ça. Et il remet en place son pressing, Nazao.
Yeah, I'm well aware because I play Gaira in that game.
Du Mixup 2022 Cyberbots, le premier homme à remporter un tournoi majeur au monde à Cyberbots, Nazao.
I literally have a pocket Yoshitora simply to avoid people running away from playing with me.
Nazao, hey. Bravo à lui, Nazao.
Like that sometimes.
On va appeler tous les joueurs du top 3, s'il vous plaît, pour la remise des médailles.
At Mina, I just know that I'm off. That people don't like playing against me when I play Mina.
I mean, you know, simply pick up Haomaru, right? But that's gonna end the top 8 of that tournament. If people want to like watch for it themselves, I can throw up the link here just a second.
But do you want to play on Fightcade?
Yeah, sure. Let me just finish the stream and then I'll hop on.
Okay.
Right.
So wait, are we playing Sam Show or Cyberbots on Fightcade?
Up to you. Just give me a second.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna throw you guys over to Dr. Science, who's playing TVC right now.
Who are you talking to exactly?
It's stream. I'm streaming right now. Yeah.
Oh shit!
It's all cool.
Was my voice on stream?
For a little bit, yeah. You're
Oh.
fine though. Don't worry about it. All right. See you guys later. Okay. Yeah, I'm done.